have to be here. When I first ran for public office, I was just 32 years old. I had no experience in politics, in campaigning, and in public administration. I was nobody. I had no machinery. As a matter of fact, all my candidates were all neophytes. But I didn't ask help from big business. I didn't ask help from the big politicians because after all, Biliran was controlled by only one political family. Sa kanilang gobernador, congressman, mayor, pamilya niya lahat. Of 132 barangay captains, only 5 supported me. Not because they loved me, but because they were my relatives. So they were forced to support me. All the 128 were nandun sa kalaban ko. But after the elections, I won convincingly at napanalo ko rin yung 3 mayors ko out of 8, 4 vice mayors out of 8, and 50% of all local councilors. There I saw the capacity of the people to choose the right leaders. And I wanted to live with that. Kasi ang utang na loob ko ay hindi sa big business, hindi sa mga politiko, kundi sa ordinaryong taong bayan. And that's exactly the same strategy I'm applying now. I'm not asking help from big business. I'm not asking help from big politicians. I go directly to the people. The biggest achievement I was able to deliver to my people is ito po. When I started as congressman, with nothing, but yung nasa puso ko, gusto kong bumawi sa taong bayan. Gusto kong bumawi, sumukli doon sa tiwala nila sa akin. I started with a poverty incidence of 65%. 65%. 7 out of 10 people in Biliran were poor. And we have been on the top of the 10 poorest provinces in the Philippines for several years in 2007. 3 years later, when I stepped down, nung dinaya na ako nitong Comelec and Smartmatic, only 3. The poverty incidence was under 30%. From 65% to under 30% in 3 years. Meaning to say, 7 out of 10 were poor at the start. When I left, only 3, barely 3 of 10 people in Biliran were poor. So I invested on education, public infrastructure, and health. Ito po yung 14 school buses ko, tourist buses, ferrying 7,000 high school students every single day from barangay to school and back, and you don't pay a single peso. Ang model ko at that time was Singapore. I paid my school bus driver twice the daily minimum wage. 2007, ang daily minimum wage namin was 220 pesos. I paid them 450 pesos per day. Bago lang na-achieve dito sa Metro Manila yung 500 na daily minimum wage, di po ba? But we already had it in Biliran in 2008. Well, of course, pagkatapos kung mawala sa pwesto, yung 3 bases ko hinulog sa bangin, yung 4 sinunog. Yung iba ginamit na sa kung ano-anong gamit, na-stop po yun. When I was congressman, you will never see a child walking from their home, from his home to the school and back. They're all riding in air-conditioned tourist buses. I bought a mobile clinic. I staffed it with 32 doctors, dentists, nurses, and physical therapists. We go around Biliran every day. Nagmi-medical mission ako every day because we only have one hospital serving 200,000 people. 200-bed hospital serving 200,000 people. That's a joke. So ang akin is, I would rather go to the barangays and stop the people from going to the hospital to save on money. I made a university that pumped in 100 million pesos every year to our local economy. That's why business boomed, jobs were created. Kaya po, ito, I delivered 528 barangay projects in 1,085 days in office. 3 years is 1,085 days. I delivered 528 barangay projects. Meaning to say, one barangay project is completed every 2 days that Glenn Chong was in office, on the average. I concreted 32 kilometers of national road in 3 years. My opponent, 32 kilometers of national road in 12 years. I concreted 31 kilometers in 3 years. That's why when our road was concreted and connected to the regional transport network, ang pamasahe bumaba, dumami ang kompetisyon, bumaba ang presyo ng bilihin. I remember what the World Bank told us when I was still new. Of all the projects you can make, when you concrete the roads and connect your towns to the regional centers, it gives your constituents 22 times more benefits than any other project you can make. That's why that was my priority. Pero nag-promise din po ako sa taong bayan, kapag hindi na siminto ang kalsada, batuhin niyo ako pagdating ng sunod na eleksyon. Hindi na po ako binato dahil konkreto na po ang kalsada nila. So after 2010, that's when I found out that there were 4,114 ballots already read by 145 PICOS machines days before the elections. And that's when I started my crusade for clean, honest, transparent elections. For 9 years, I was there in the Senate fighting for you, for this country that you did not know about. Because mainstream media is being paid. And as far as I know, it's 1 million pesos per news editor per month. That's how deep the corruption has seeped into even the private sector. So, on September 18, 2014, while in the Senate nag-hearing kami, someone from the COMELEC Advisory Council came up to me and told me, in short, kung makiusap ka lang sa amin, wala ka ng problema sa biliran. So in other words, they have the capacity to make you win. Ang sagot ko sa kanya, walang presyo ang aking prinsipyo, ipaglalaban ko ang aking bansa at ang sambayanan. And that's why I ended up today with you, still fighting. Hopefully, we will win. Not for me, but for all of us. So on July 31, 2018, that's when I proved in the Senate 459 PICOS machines were already transmitting results 1 day before the elections. And they have not refuted that until today. They have not refuted that until today. They attempted to refute it on April 8, 2019. Nag-meeting kami ng technical working group dyan sa Senate. Sa halip na masira yung sinabi ko, nadagdagan pa ang ebidensya ng kanilang dayaan. For one, there were machines that were transmitting with specific IP addresses. Pagdating ng resulta sa munisipyo, iba na ang IP address ng mga makinang ito. So you see, somebody else was transmitting results pretending to be these machines. But the IP address of the original machine is not the one recorded in the municipal canvassing system. There were other anomalies. There were machines na nauna pang natanggap ng munisipyo ang resulta bago nagpadala ang makina. By 12 minutes to 2 hours. So nauna pang natanggap ng munisipyo ang resulta before the machine actually transmitted the results. So hindi na naman ito lumabas because they are controlling the flow of information to you. This is the only platform I have. And this is my last stand for you and for me. Pag natalo tayo dito, maghanap na lang tayo ng iba. Babalik na ako sa pribado kong buhay. Pag nanalo naman ako at pinagkatiwalaan ninyo, I will serve you the same way I serve my people in Biliran. Finally, tapos na raw. Finally, kung ako'y pinagkatiwalaan ng taong bayan, ang unang-unang gagawin ko ay patalsikin talaga si Smartmatic at palitan ng hybrid election system. A system that is very difficult to cheat. We have to restore to our hands the power to choose our people, our leaders. Remember, the power to change our destiny lies in our hands. If we choose wisely, we will reap the benefits of a good choice. If we choose wrongly, we will all suffer the same fate. But we have the power to correct our mistake after 3 years. Pero pag ninakaw ang ating boto, binibenta na parang karne at isda sa palengke, then we have no choice. Wala tayong kalaban-laban. And then the second one that I would like to do is building on the experience of Richard Santillan, my guard for 12 years. He suffered so much pain in their hands. 70 wounds and broken bones all over his body, perpetrated by 19 police officers, 2 generals and 3 colonels na aking kinasuhan dito. And soon, the National Bureau of Investigation will file murder and torture charges against them. So, inantay na lang po ang aking affidavit. I would like to use this to strengthen our police force, the institution itself, i-separate ko po yung SOCO, yung scene of crime, as a separate agency for dealing mainly on forensic evidence, and internal affairs service para itong tatlo will not be colluding with one another at mahirapan ang mga tiwali na gumawa ng bagay na ito. And I want to give our poor people the power to fight for justice. Kapag sumulat ang pamilya, kukunin ang ebidensya sa pulis na hawak daw nila sa kaso ni Richard Santillan, mag-5 buwan na ayaw ibigay sa amin. Now, I want to make a law that when the family writes and demands, within 24 hours, the police is obligated to provide it para wala nang gumawa ng ganitong krimen. And finally, I want to uplift the lives of our people. I did it before, I'm going to do it now. We build on our ease of doing business. Kailangan sumipa talaga tayo so that we can get more foreign capital that will build brick and mortar factories and businesses that will give jobs to our people. I think tapos na ako. Nandyan na, nag-warning na. So, that will be all, guys. I stand before you. Kayo nang bahala. Timbangin niyo ako, kilatisin niyo ako. It's all up to you if you will trust me or if you will not. Thank you.